Hello there, my name is Martin Henley. This is the What The series, and in this episode number 13, we're answering the question, what is customer lifetime value? So in addressing the question, what is customer lifetime value, there are 5 things we'll be sharing with you. We are going to give you a definition of customer lifetime value. We're going to think about why customer lifetime value is so important, when you should be using customer lifetime value, how you calculate customer lifetime value, and what you can do to increase your customer lifetime value. Let's go, Ricky. So if we are going to understand customer lifetime value, we will need a definition, and we found one at qualtricsxm.com. And what they tell us is that CLV, customer lifetime value, is the total worth to a business of a customer over the whole period of their relationship. So what they are telling us, that this is the total amount of money that you generate for every customer that you win. Which brings us then straight to the question, why is customer lifetime value so important? Well, this goes to profitability. So if you saw video number 12 about cost of customer acquisition, you will know that you are investing an amount of time, an amount of energy, and most importantly, an amount of money in acquiring new customers. Now, the more money that you generate back from each of those customers, the more profitable your business will be. The second reason is about long-termism. So in business, what happens is people start to think very short term. So people might think, bosses, clients might think, well, I spent £2,000 on marketing this month and I've only generated £2,000 in sales. But if you can convince them of the lifetime value of each of those customers, if those customers will be with you spending money for 2 years, then it doesn't make sense to take only 1/24 of their spend and compare that to what you are spending on marketing. So customer lifetime value is about thinking long term about the value of your customers and essentially about the value of your marketing. And that brings us then to the third point, which is about value. So we've spoken in this series about how people are coming to you to buy from your business because they have problems in their lives that they need to resolve. So the more of those problems you are able to resolve, the more value you are able to offer your customers, the higher your lifetime value. So if you are able to help them with one thing, then potentially you could be helping them with more and more things and adding more and more value to their lives. Which brings us then to point number 3, which is the question, when is customer lifetime value used? Well, customer lifetime value is used in the instance that we're using it right now, is where we're performing some kind of marketing assessment as part of our situational analysis. So this tells you how well you are doing in terms of retaining customers and making sure that they continue to invest in the products and services that you provide. It's also used to justify investment. So if you can go back to your bosses and you can say, we acquire a customer for X amount of money and we generate 5, 6, 7 times that amount of money in terms of customer lifetime value, then that might convince them to continue to invest in the marketing that you're doing. It's also used when you come to value companies. So a company's value, if it were to come up for sale, is very much involved in how much it costs you to acquire a customer and what your customer lifetime value is. So if you are hearing me and you're thinking, yeah, this sounds like a really useful and really important thing for me to do in my business, the only thing is that I don't know how to calculate the lifetime customer value or the customer lifetime value, and this is a super simple sum. All you need to do, if you're doing this for the first time in your business, is maybe go back to the very beginning of your business and look at the total sales income. So all of the money that you have generated in your sales. And then you divide that by the total number of customers that you have had during that period. So for example, if I have had a total sales income of £100 and I have had 10 customers, then I know that my average customer lifetime value is £10. Now you might also be interested to do this by customer. So all you do then is you take the total sales from that individual customer and you divide it by the number 1. So if, for example, X company have spent £4,000 with me, then I know that the customer lifetime value of that particular customer is £4,000. Now what's interesting here is if you take this number, the total sales income, as opposed to the sales by an individual customer, because this will give you your average. So then you can say to your bosses, every single time we take on a customer, they end up spending X amount of pounds with us, which is why we should be looking to invest more in the marketing. Which brings us then to point number 5, which is the question that you really want the answer to, which is how do you increase your customer lifetime value? And we've come up with 6 ways that you can do that. The first is what we call in marketing an upsell, and you will be familiar with this if you have ever eaten at McDonald's, because immediately you order in McDonald's, they will ask you, would you like fries with that? And once you're also taking the fries, then you might as well take the drink, and now you might have doubled the spend, what you were intending to spend in McDonald's. So this is the upsell. So at the point of sale, when people are buying from you the first time, you should offer them something extra that they could buy in that very first instance. The second thing is about ongoing communication and cross-selling. So like an upsell, this is just about offering your customers more value. You've bought this thing from us, you've got value from that, you might also like to consider buying this other thing from us. So communicate with your customers regularly through email or phone calls and let them know that there is more value that you could be offering in their lives. The third thing is about subscriptions. So you may not know that Adobe, since they offered a subscription service in 2013, have doubled their turnover to almost $10 billion a year. Now I subscribe to Adobe and I give them $10 a month, but I don't ever make a decision about whether I'm going to spend that $10 or not. In the 4 years that I've been subscribing, I might have spent nearly $500, but I never made a $500 decision. I am going to spend $500 with Adobe. So they continue to take this money out of my account, I continue to use their products and services, and that might go on forever. That brings us to the 4th opportunity to increase your customer lifetime value, which is about retention and loyalty. So famously in the UK, supermarkets offer loyalty cards. So they give their customers the impression at least that as long as they continue to spend with them, then they will get better deals. They will get points and they will get discounts on future purchases. So retention is really important. So you need to think about how long you keep a customer for. The 5th thing is about understanding your clients better and better, and this is tied in with the communication. So your mission as a marketeer is to understand your market better and better and better. Now you have the ear of your customers, you have the email address of your customers, so you should be continuously talking to them about the challenges that they have in their lives and the way you might be able to develop solutions to those challenges and develop those solutions, which brings us then to point number 6, which is about new products. So we've established, when we've spoken about customer acquisition, when we've spoken about our offering, that it is much more cost effective to develop new products and offer them to your existing customers than it is to find new customers for your existing products. So if you are doing the loyalty, if you're doing the retention, if you're doing the understanding, then it should be really easy for you to develop new products that offer new value to your customers, which will all drive up your customer lifetime value. If you are still with us, well done. You now know exactly what customer lifetime value is. You know why customer lifetime value is so important. You know when to use customer lifetime value. You know how to calculate customer lifetime value, and you know how to drive up your customer lifetime value. If you have found this video interesting or useful, please take a second to check out video number 14, What is Customer Analysis? If you've enjoyed this video, why not take a second to like, share, subscribe, maybe comment. Maybe there's a piece of marketing jargon that you would like to see defined in this fashion. If you found it really interesting and useful, why not head across to the Effective Marketing Company blog and subscribe there, and you will get this marketing jargon bullshit busting goodness in your inbox every single day. We're done here, Ricky.